Hello and welcome classmates of 7470 to my YouTube video on the topic of information seeking behavior. My name is Stacy Palazzolo. In just a minute I'm going to get started on a short lecture that I've prepared, and I will be transcripting the lecture for you, and you can take this information about information seeking behavior and you can print it off, or you can keep it online, and there are links to some of the studies and models that I've looked into for my research on this topic of information seeking behavior. And another reason is, for the transcript is, there may be a few quiz questions based off of this video, and that way you don't have to, fast forward and rewind for some of the answers to those questions. You can look into the transcript. So, because my memory card is not the largest, I'm going to have to stop it right here, and I'll be back in just a short second and get into the lecture that I've prepared. I hope you enjoy it, and thanks a lot. Hey everybody, I'm back. It might not look like I went anywhere, but I did. So now I'm going to get started on the short lecture that I talked about before. So how do information seekers find information? Information seekers search for information, they browse and come across information that they end up finding useful, and information seekers also ask others for help when they have an information need. Because we're all human, to some degree we think and act alike due to collective human behavior. But on the other hand, and obviously, there are disparities among us that cause us to behave differently from one another and make choices in different ways due to differences in rationale. Some disparities that affect rationale include experience, age, gender, levels of education, and cultural background. These disparities, when applied to information seeking, can cause different navigational choices in an online environment. And as online environments become more and more complex, it becomes more valuable to look into the ways that humans seek information and interact with interfaces. Having an understanding of how users seek information in an online environment can lead information architects to important conclusions about the construction of these online environments. In just a second, I'm going to come back with another part. Information architects, along with most all professions, have a duty to anticipate their audience and how they will behave so that they can be responsible to that audience. They must anticipate the ways their audience's needs will change over time as well, which will cause information architects to try new approaches to better serve the needs of their audience they're working for. Researchers from all over the world have conducted experiments that attempt to glean insight into the reasons information seekers make the choices that they do. And this research is important. There have been studies conducted to determine the effects of thinking styles in hypermedia navigation, according to what researchers have determined to be, for example, right-brained and left-brained, or linear and non-linear thinkers. And other researchers have created models that attempt to explain behavior of users when they seek information. And these researchers provide these models with the hopes that their models can be applied to effective interfaces. Some of these models include berry picking, pearl growing, and the two-step model. Further studies include whether websites constructed using one kind of linkage pattern, such as the star linkage pattern or the hierarchy linkage pattern, and whether these are more navigationally efficient than websites constructed using other linkage patterns. So in conclusion, there is still much research to be done on the topic of information-seeking behavior and human-computer interaction. But what information architects can do at this time is study the research and then create designs based on a rich foundation of knowledge while continuing to educate ourselves as more research becomes available. Furthermore, new technologies such as automatic query expansion, intelligent agents, and better ranking query searches within websites, information architects, we will have to adapt our knowledge based on what is working best as it becomes available. And, you know, in the end, good information architecture, you know, we have to apply these methods before, not after, they become the trend. So that is the end of the transcripted video. Thanks a lot, you guys, for taking the time to watch my video, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the presentation from Group 1. Thanks a lot.